This video is about my opinion of the LXR by Sonic Potions, and I've had it for about 2 weeks now. And while I'm not a wizard with machinery and hardware and drum machines, I'm pretty decent. I can navigate around them, usually without a manual, and then the manual helps me go that much deeper. This one I am able to get up and running without a manual as far as getting a pattern together, shaping the sounds on it. I never did get to the level of making a song yet, or linking patterns together. But as far as using it as a drum machine and learning the synthesis of it and how all that works, which is the basics. I mean, building a song is, I wouldn't consider that the basics on a machine like this. That's the more advanced as you get into more a deeper understanding of the machine. So like I said, I've had it for maybe, well, it is 2 weeks now, and so what I think of it is, first off, it's not a deal breaker, but this plastic case has got to go. It's too flimsy. It feels like if I dropped it a few inches from the top of onto a counter or something by accident, that I could potentially break the corner or these screws would pop out, and it's just feels a little flimsy. That said, it's not a deal breaker, and you can get different cases for it, and this is a very unique drum machine, drum synthesizer, in that this is a build project. So these don't get assembled in a factory by the thousands. These are things that people are buying all the parts and assembling it themselves. I didn't put this one together, it was already done. But that's the idea behind this project, and that's what makes this drum synth, drum machine, so interesting. So yeah, the case has got to go, but like I said, it's not a deal breaker. The interface, there's a few things I don't really like about the interface. It's very limited. It gets the job done. I think once I knew the shortcuts and knew it very well, that all the limitations that it has or doesn't show on here, I think I would get past that very easily once I knew how to use a machine better. But my initial feeling on the interface is that it's not as intuitive, it's not as immediate as some other machines. But that said, it's its own machine, and probably this is a user issue, because I'm sure this can do everything every other machine can. It's just knowing how to make that happen. Personally, not the biggest fan of the interface on this. The synthesis part of it, being able to shape your own sounds and whatnot, and the number of tones that you can manipulate, like, I mean, the basic tones, there's banks of different tones that you can tweak and make into their own thing, is really good. So it's a great synthesizer, it has great sounds, it's clean, it's got 4 outputs, so you can do 2 stereo outputs, or let me turn it around here. So you can do 2 stereo outputs, or you can do 4 mono. It's got a power adapter on it, so it's a wall wart power adapter, which not a deal breaker either. Doesn't matter to me that this does not run on batteries. Here are the 4 outputs. So excuse me. So there are 4 quarter-inch jacks, and you can assign each of the sounds to one of those outputs. So you can make them 4 mono, or 2 mono, a pair of stereo, or a pair of stereos. Pretty cool. That's good in that way. This one in particular has the trigger outs, so it sends a 5-volt signal from this 1/8" mini jack, and what that means is that I could use it for a Euro rack, or to trigger pretty much anything else that has a 5-volt input to trigger it. So it's very flexible, this machine, for that particular use. There are a number of things that you could trigger from this. you could say had a Simmons SDS drum brain. You could use these triggers, and this would be very useful for that. So that's a big big benefit. Not all of them come with this. This was an add-on, and it's got a SD memory card. So what you can do with that is save your patterns and the banks that you create, the drum sounds. You can do a lot with this. You can do, let me just turn it up a bit. You can do everything from your classic drum machines. I mean, it won't replicate them, but you can get pretty close because it's a synthesizer. And so there's a lot of capabilities here. I'm just not feeling it. It's just not my thing. Given more time, it might be. Given the right case, it could be, because I like to sometimes sit on a chair or a couch and work with a machine like this, and I really don't feel comfortable hauling this around in its plastic case. So would I recommend it? I guess it depends on your setup. It sounds good. It's got good potential for controlling external gear. I didn't mention that it has USB for MIDI, and it also has DIN MIDI in-out. So it's pretty cool that way. The huge drawback that can't be fixed, in my opinion, is the user interface. And that's a very personal thing. That's a me thing. That's not necessarily a you thing. So in the right case, with this functionality, this might be the drum kit for you. I know that it's not exactly what I'm looking for. So I've appreciated my time with it, but I think it's time to let someone else love it.